the study of Ein Yakov, and we are currently on the page 60 in the book of Ein Yakov, and we're looking at Berachot 62b, the plague in David's time. David went and stealthily cut off a corner of Saul's cloak, and that's in 1 Shmuel 24 verse 5, or 1 Samuel 24 verse 5. Rabbi Yosef ben Hanina said, whoever treats clothes with contempt will end up being unable to enjoy his clothes. For it says that King David was now old, and now they covered him with bedcloth, and he never felt warm. 1 Kings chapter 1 verse 1. This is a punishment for treating Saul's robe with so much disdain. David said to Saul, if God incited you against me, let him be appeased by an offering. 1 Samuel chapter 26, verse 19. Rabbi Eliezer, or Rabbi Lazar, said, the Holy One, blessed be he, said to David, are you calling me an instigator? For that I'll make you stumble over something that even school children know, namely the passage, when you take a census of the Israelites to determine their numbers, each one should be counted by giving an atonement offering for his life. In this manner, they will not be stricken by the plague when they are counted. This is according to Exodus chapter 30, verse 12. The Torah ordains the census should be not taken by bodily count, that is, count the person 1, 2, 3, 4, but rather through pieces of coins or other objects. And by counting the coins, census takers arrive to the total. And immediately the Satan, which means the adversary, said to David, go and count Israel, 2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 1. And when David counted them, he did not take a ransom or coins from them. It further states that God sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning until the appointed time. And that's in verse 15 of chapter 24 of 2 Samuel. And as a result, the Gemara asks, what is the meaning of the appointed time? And Shmuel the elder, the son-in-law of Rabbi Hanina, answered, in the name of Rabbi Hanina, the plague lasted from the time of the slaughtering of the continual sacrifice, until the time of the sprinkling of the blood. And Rabbi Yochanan said, until noon. At any rate, we see that as a result, David's a plague came upon as a result of his census, so he took it, caused the plague to come upon the Jewish people. And God said to the angel who was destroying the people, enough. And that's in verse 16 of the same chapter. Rabbi Eliezer said, the Holy One, blessed be he, said to the angel, bring me the greatest person, the greatest Rav among them, and through whose death many debts will be paid, and his death will be an atonement for many of their sins. At that moment, death came to Abishai ben Zeruiah. The greatness was equal to that of the majority of the entire Sanhedrin. And God sent an angel to Jerusalem to destroy it, but it was about to wreak destruction. God saw that he relented from evil. 1 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 15. And the Gemara asks, what did God see? Rav said he saw our father Yaakov. And Yaakov married God relented once he saw Yaakov. As it said, and Yaakov encountered the angels of God. And God said when he saw them, Genesis 32 verse 3, Shmuel said, and God saw the ashes of the ram of Isaac, which we, in these past parshas we read about. And he remembered the Akedah, which is where the sacrifice of Isaac, an incredible story, takes place there, where it says that God will see the lamb for a burnt offering. Chapter 22 of Genesis, verse 8. And Rabbi Yitzchak Nafcha said he saw the atonement money that was donated for the construction of the Mishkan. As it says, and you will take this atonement money from the Israelites, and it will be a remembrance before God. Exodus chapter 30, verse 16. And Rabbi Yochanan said he saw the Beit HaMikdash, as it says, on God's mountain where the Beit HaMikdash was situated, and he will be seen. Chapter 22, verse 14. There's a difference of opinion about this between Rabbi Yaakov ben Idi and Rabbi Shmuel ben Nachmani, who said that God saw the atonement money. The other that he saw was the Beit HaMikdash that caused him to spare the people from destruction. It is likely that the view of one said that he saw the Beit HaMikdash is a correct one, because it says today, it is therefore said, on God's mountain he will be seen, referring to the atonement. And here we end with the chapter of the plague of David and David's time, all because he did not take the census properly, a king, showing us, and in fact, even kings and anointed ones can make a mistake, can sin, can transgress even against the Torah. Perfect example. So the concept that a Mashiach is completely, will not sin at all, is not within the framework of the concepts of Judaism. He is completely human and frail to human possibilities of erring. This is why you have two different powers. You have the Sanhedrin, you have the sages, you have also the king and the monarchy. We'll talk more about this because one of the things we are not to do is not to compete with scholars. And this we learn in the following Berachot, chapter 63a. We'll look at that in our next study of Ein Yakov. Shalom, shalom.